Right now, time to welcome our first guest on the phone. It's Captain Timothy Bates from the Rome Police Department. Captain, welcome to the show.
Good morning, fellas. How are you?
Good morning, Captain.
Doing okay. You've got a situation on your hands that has been unfolding since the weekend there with the 7-month-old Nathaniel Hitt, who was shot and killed. And latest on that is there may have been some marijuana smoking going on before the shooting. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Yes, and this situation, brings about the topic of gun safety here, and obviously, if there were illegal drugs being consumed before that occurred, this is something you'd probably like to put a stop to once and for all.
Right. Well, anytime you mix substances that can alter your mental state or behavior with firearms, it's certainly a bad recipe, and we don't advocate that for sure, but weapon safety, keeping guns safe, unloaded, away from anyone while you're handling the weapon, certainly pointed in a safe direction. Those are all tips that you hear all the time, and we put that information out to the public as well here at the Rome Police Department. But unfortunately, folks don't always heed the warnings or advice.
Any advice if you are cleaning your firearm? Do you do it in a specific place? Is there a specific way or a procedure to go about doing so?
Right. Well, certainly not in the presence of others. Mm-hmm. There's no laws governing, saying that you can't clean a weapon in your living room or anywhere else in your house, but certainly in a safe location away from others, so you're keeping out of danger. Hey, let me jump backwards just a bit, fellas, because I wanted to clear something up that I know for some reason a lot of the media outlets are reporting that this gun fired while he was cleaning it. That's not the case here. He had completed the cleaning process, reassembled the gun, loaded it, and then attached a secondary grip to the gun, an accessory that he had purchased. It was after that, when he stood up, that the gun discharged, striking the child.
Now, the marijuana that was involved here, according to the report, and I'm reading it from the Observer-Dispatch this morning, that both had smoked a bowl and a half of marijuana. According to the felony complaint, who actually filed the felony complaint?
We did, the Rome Police Department.
Okay, all right. So when you arrived at the scene, that's when you gathered the evidence and you actually filed the complaint yourself?
Well, yes, we did. We filed the complaint. It was many hours later. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's as you can imagine, it's an undescribable scene that we walked into, and we processed that scene for well into the next day, for many hours. We do that to make sure that we are doing everything that we need to do properly, and in this case, we reached out to the Utica Police Department for a piece of equipment that they have that we currently do not, to assist us in that process. So the Sheriff's Office here in Oneida County provided a piece of equipment for us as well for forensic investigation. So, yeah, the scene is, as you can imagine, I'm sure, but we're going to take our time, just like all law enforcement does. We are very methodical, and we'll take as much time as we need to process the scene and collect everything that's necessary for the case.
Talking to Captain Timothy Bates from the Rome Police Department about the tragedy of the 7-month-old killed in the apparent accident recently.
And, Captain, you mentioned a piece of equipment coming from being lent to you from the Utica Police Department. Was that the forensic scanner?
Yes, it was.
The new piece of equipment. That's interesting. And with the case, the idea with both individuals smoking some marijuana, would the mother be charged or possibly face charges in this incident as well?
Well, what I can say at this point is Mr. Bartle is the only one charged at this point. Mm-hmm. The other adults in there were witnesses, and at this point, that's where they stand. If I give information out saying they may or may not be charged, it wouldn't be accurate because we're really not to that point yet. We're working closely with the district attorney's office here in Oneida County on this case, and a lot of the advice and what comes down the road will certainly be worked through with their office.
Understandable.
Yeah. Now, the person charged, Mr. Bartle, they're 18 years old. Was he experienced with guns?
Well, he owned that weapon. Now, as far as his experience, he was an avid hunter, from what we've gathered. However, being his age of 18, I can't imagine that he is what I would consider an expert or very extremely proficient with firearms. I mean, that's just my take on it. But simply due to his age, I mean, you need to be 18 to purchase the gun, which he did. And obviously, what turned out with this situation, experience wasn't something that appeared to be greatly had there.
Mm-hmm. And I know yesterday the grandfather making some statements saying that he felt maybe threatened at sometimes by this individual, this 18-year-old. Any prior criminal history with this individual?
We have not had any criminal contact with him here in Rome. Certainly nothing that would, lead to believe that he was a danger here in this case that we have. Now, keep in mind, our investigation is not complete. It's very fluid and continuing on. So we'll see what turns up along the way.
Talking with Timothy Bates, the captain of the Rome Police Department. You also have a special promotion going on called Shop with a Cop, and it's something that we've talked about with the Utica Police Department as well. The relationship sometimes between the police force and the community can be tenuous, and this is a way to, I guess, get back in touch with the community and break down some of the barriers between you and the folks that you serve.
Yeah, that's correct. You mentioned the Utica Police Department. They have been doing this for quite a few years now, and members of our department here in Rome would go and assist with theirs. And our chief and some members here said, "Hey, why don't let's do this here in Rome too?" So we did. Last year was our first year. Utica PD lent a lot of help to us in getting things rolling and started. They had the experience, and last year was our first event, and what a success. We raised money throughout the year. We just held a charity basketball game where the police department and fire department played to raise money for Shop with a Cop. Last year, we had a little over 50 children that were involved. This year, we're going to have 75 or maybe a couple more if we can afford to do that. So, yeah, we're taking donations. We hold it here at Walmart in Rome. It's coming up. The actual event will be December 12th. It's a Saturday morning from 8 to 10. And I'll tell you, if you fellows are out and about, stop down if you're in this area. It's really something to see. You would imagine that the children would go right to the toy section. They don't. These are kids who are in dire need of the basics: clothing, socks, shoes, things like that. And that's what they go for. And oftentimes these children are actually buying for themselves and other family members. Basic necessity needs.
It's a heartwarming thing to see there, where they've obviously been learning under difficult circumstances about what their needs are versus what their wishes are. So that's kind of a cool thing.
And Captain, I'm gonna do this on the air. We've extended the same gratitude to the Utica Police Department and their efforts with their Shop with a Cop program. And I told both Chief Williams and Deputy Chief Noonan, if there is a way that we can help through our efforts with our Stuff the Bus campaign, in which you may find a family that you're not able to help, or they come in late, or they need something that we're able to provide, we'd be willing to step up and maybe give you the things that you're looking for, and to help donate to a family out in Rome.
That's terrific, guys. It's really, really awesome. We will definitely be in touch with you on that, and I'm sure we can, because we certainly can't reach every needy child here in Rome. I mean, we're at 75, and we have to work within the money that we have available to provide the $100 gift card to each child. So certainly there are many in need here in Rome, and that would be greatly appreciated.
Well, best of luck with the program moving forward. And how about your own holiday shopping? We've been comparing folks shopping online versus local shopping versus shopping in brick-and-mortar stores. Are you done yet with your shopping? What's your schedule look like for you and your family?
Well, I'll tell you, quite honestly, I haven't even started my Christmas shopping yet. But I certainly attempt to purchase locally as much as I can. You can't always find certain items, but yeah, we try to stay as local as possible and support the businesses here locally.
And Captain, that was one of our poll questions. We're asking folks throughout the week, where do they go and how long do they start early? Do they wait till the last minute? And we just got a text message in, and the person said, I start the day before Christmas. So that's what I do.
Captain, thanks for joining us. Best of luck with the Shop with the Cop program in Rome on December the 12th. And if folks want to get involved with that, what do they do?
I'll tell you what, if they do, just go over to our website. It's romepd.com. You'll see the story up on there, and it can explain everything. If someone wants to donate to the cause or get involved, everything's right there.